Have you ever thought you knew it all? What if I told you that true wisdom comes from the ability to learn, even when you think there's nothing left to discover? Stay with us until the end of this story to learn why humility and openness are the keys to true growth and success. Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between rolling hills, there lived a young woman named Reena. Reena was known for her lively personality, her confidence, and her eagerness to share her opinions with anyone who would listen. From a young age, Reena had gathered bits of knowledge from books, conversations, and the world around her. She had convinced herself that she knew everything she needed to know, but one fateful encounter would soon teach her a valuable lesson about the importance of humility and the true path to wisdom. Reena was always at the heart of any conversation in the village. Whether it was discussing life, people, or the world, she had an opinion ready for everything. She had read many books, listened to many speakers, and heard countless stories. And with each new piece of knowledge she gained, Reena became more and more certain that she already knew everything there was to know. There was no room for further learning, or so she thought. She felt that her ideas and thoughts were better than those of others, and that she had it all figured out. One day, Reena heard about a wise woman named Amara who lived on the outskirts of the village. Amara was known to be a deep thinker, someone whose words were like a light in the darkness. People spoke highly of her wisdom and the way she could offer insight on even the most complex matters. Curious and eager to show off her own knowledge, Reena decided to visit Amara. She was determined to prove to the wise old woman that she was well versed in life's lessons, thinking it was a chance to showcase her brilliance. So, Reena set out early in the morning, her heart filled with excitement and confidence, ready to meet someone who she believed would have much to learn from her. When Reena arrived at Amara's humble home, the older woman welcomed her with a warm smile. Amara's house was simple, yet peaceful, surrounded by the quiet beauty of nature. It wasn't grand or luxurious, but it was clear that the wisdom inside far exceeded any material wealth. Reena didn't waste any time. She immediately began speaking about her thoughts on life, people, and the world. She shared everything she thought she knew, without pausing for a breath. She was determined to impress Amara with her ideas, showing how much she had learned. While Reena continued speaking, Amara quietly took a jar from the table and began filling it with water. Reena didn't notice at first, but as Amara continued pouring, the water began to overflow from the jar, spilling onto the table. Finally, Reena stopped talking, surprised at what she was seeing. "Why are you still pouring the water?" Reena asked, perplexed. "The jar is already full." Amara smiled gently, her calm demeanor never changing. She looked at Reena and simply said, "Yes, the jar is full, just like your mind. When your mind is too full of what it already knows, there's no room for anything new. If you truly wish to learn, you must first empty your jar." Reena sat in stunned silence. She had never expected such a response. Her cheeks flushed with embarrassment as she realized the truth of Amara's words. She had been so eager to share her knowledge to prove herself that she hadn't stopped to consider that there might still be more for her to learn. Her mind, filled with her own ideas and beliefs, had left no room for new thoughts or perspectives. Amara, seeing that Reena had begun to reflect, continued, her voice calm yet firm. "True wisdom doesn't come from knowing everything. It comes from being humble and open to learning. Even I, after all these years, am still a student of life. When we believe we already know everything, we stop growing. But when we make space for new ideas, we grow wiser and kinder." The words of the wise woman struck Reena deeply. She began to think about how often she had dismissed the opinions and ideas of others, convinced that she already had all the answers. Reena realized that her arrogance had prevented her from seeing the truth, and that she had been too focused on showing off what she knew, rather than listening and learning from others. With a sense of humility, Reena turned to Amara and thanked her. Thank you, Mrs. Amara. I've been too proud to listen and learn, but now I understand. I want to change. I want to become a better person, one who listens and learns, not just talks. From that day on, Reena's approach to life began to change. She no longer rushed to share her thoughts or opinions. Instead, she took the time to listen to others. She sought out new knowledge and welcomed new ideas. Slowly but surely, she became not just wiser in knowledge, but in understanding and kindness. People in the village noticed this change in her. They said, "Reena has truly become wise." Reena's journey taught her the importance of humility and the willingness to learn. True wisdom doesn't come from thinking we know everything. It comes from recognizing that there is always something new to learn. When we empty our jar, we make space for growth, understanding, and greater wisdom. The key to happiness and success lies in staying open-minded, listening to others, and being humble in our pursuit of knowledge. If you've ever thought you knew it all, remember Reena's story. Embrace humility and open your mind to new ideas. Start learning, growing, and improving today. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more motivational stories. Keep listening, stay humble, and keep growing. Let's continue this journey of learning together.